Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Coming up this week, we're going to tell you the top 5 restaurants on the Monorail loop at Walt Disney World as voted on by you. Coming up next. The Disney Dining Show is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. Let the experts at Dreams Unlimited help you plan your next Disney vacation. Dreams agents are committed to giving you honest and unbiased advice and helping you plan a magical vacation your family will remember for years. Visit us online at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my good friend, Ms. Denny Sunderly.
Hi there.
And back in the production nook, our producer, Mr. Corey Fiescanaro.
Hey there.
He's associate producer, but on these shows, he's producer.
Woohoo!
I'll let you figure out the corporate structure from there. All right, so Fiasco put out a poll on the Disboards on Facebook group a few weeks ago, asking people to vote on their favorite restaurants on the Monorail loop. And we took the top 5 vote getters, and I will say that number 1 was number 1 by a mile.
Okay.
And I think for good reason, although we were just having a discussion here about that. But number 5 was Kona Cafe over at the Polynesian. Now, as early as 6 to 9 months ago, I would have wondered if these people had fallen down and hit their head, because Kona Cafe had gone through the dark times. All restaurants do, where the quality just really kind of fell off. But recently, within the last 9 months, year, had multiple experiences there, and they got a new chef. And the chef has done a great job. I don't know the chefs at these restaurants, generally speaking. They're not like my friends or anything. But you do this enough, you do it often enough, you go to these restaurants, you can tell when there's a new chef.
Sure.
And that's the first question I always ask when I notice it to the server. Got a new chef? Oh, yeah, like a few weeks ago or a month ago.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay. Kona Cafe is one. And I got to tell you, the food's been very, very good. It's a great place for breakfast, especially if you're heading into the parks.
And Tonga toast.
Tonga toast.
With the strawberry sauce. It calls to me. I love it. And now for the lunch and dinner menu, they did a whole top to bottom menu refresh.
Yes,
correct?
they needed it.
Very just Asian inspired flavors.
And really good.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
Really, really good. Have you been over there?
I have, but not recently. I always feel like the atmosphere doesn't justify the price, but I need to get back there because it's been a while and everybody says such good things about it that I'm probably going to go back within the next week just because I've heard so many things about Kona lately.
Number 4 on the list really makes me happy. Really makes me happy because a year ago this place was pretty much unknown or not considered, and I think in part from our help, it's on the radar now, and that's the Wave over at the Contemporary. Could not agree more with this. It is my go-to restaurant right now in that area. It is the place I'm going to go. You know, if I've got somebody in town, we want to go have dinner. Family's in town, friends are in town. I'm meeting with somebody. I can't tell you. I'm in that restaurant at least twice a month now, and I'm not working. I'm not reviewing it. I'm not. I really love it. I love it. The bacon and eggs appetizer. You're hard pressed to find better anywhere.
No, it's amazing.
Just had that the other night, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah,
You just kind of moan as you're eating it. You're over the bowl going, oh, you are so delicious.
As you know, it's such an inventive dish.
Yeah.
And that's what, so I went in, and, this is how you know it's good. I didn't have to look at the menu. Mm-hmm. But not only did I not have to look at the menu, because I knew I was going to get the bacon and eggs. You want to know what my main course was?
Oh, what was it?
The plant-based tikka masala.
Wow.
Because now I am nobody's definition of vegan. I am nobody's definition of anything like that. This is just an amazing dish. This is just an amazing dish. So instead of the pork, which I would normally order, I went with this because it's this flavor profile with the curry and the vegetables and the tofu, the texture. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Now, they did give me the option of adding chicken to it for five additional dollars. I'm like, absolutely, go ahead.
Give me some
I'm
meat
not
on my
ordering
plate.
it. And that's the thing, is that's how you know you're really, really good. If you can take a vegan dish and a non-vegan with all the great options that are on the menu, orders that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you've delivered.
Ever since going with Pete for the first time, I've been back to the Wave countless times, and I am usually the type of person that has my entree item. That's the thing that I get. That's the thing I always want to get. But at the Wave, I've actually branched out and tried every single item on the entree menu, and it was all good.
Yeah.
And I don't
It
know.
all ranges between good and oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You can't say that about most restaurants.
No.
At most restaurants,
No.
it's like, oh yeah, they have a really good fillet. They have a really good like soup of the day. Their fish was like so though. Everything I've had at the Wave, the scallops, the fillet, everything, the noodle bowl, the vegan dish, it's all.
And I'm also noticing, while it's still really relatively easy to get a reservation, I notice it's starting to get a little harder,
Yeah.
especially around dinner time. It's getting harder, which actually makes me really happy. Makes me
Absolutely.
really, really happy. The place deserves to be successful. It is so well run. The kitchen, the kitchen does such a great, consistent. There's that word again. Consistent job with the food.
No, and if you're looking for a place that you can bring little ones, kiddos, they're going to be fine at the Wave.
Yeah.
It's not stuffy at all.
It's not like you're bringing them to California Grill.
Absolutely. You roll in there. We roll in with our family, and everyone from grandma and grandpa down to the kids. Our youngest is a vegan, so can find something that they are out of their mind being able to eat. I mean, just so good.
I should mention real quick, right in the middle of our list here, a reason why I thought about making this poll is because the monorail loop is a really fun activity that you and your group can do on a non-park day. Between the Grand Floridian, the Poly, and the Contemporary, you can go around and do a lot of cool things.
You can also do a really, utilizing quick service. You can do a pretty cool progressive meal.
Yeah.
On the monorail, where you just go to the quick service locations. The Contemporary. I have heard good things about this burger they just put on the menu at the Contemporary. I don't have details, but I've heard good things about it. Of course, Polynesian, Captain Cook's.
So good.
Those coconut curry meatballs. Yeah, full stop, right there. And Gasparilla's over at the Grand Floridian actually has some very, very good food. So if you just wanted to kind of do something different and fun, a little less expensive than, certainly a lot less expensive than a signature meal, but even less expensive than a table service meal. Kind of doing a progressive meal around the monorail is fun. But number 3 on our list is over at the Grand Floridian. It's Narcoossee's.
Yum.
And I got to be honest, I have not eaten at Narcoossee's in quite a while. It is predominantly seafood based, and I don't eat seafood. And the last few times, and it's been a while, I have to go back. The last few times I've had dinner there, their non-seafood options were just not good. So it's never been. I know John and Kevin love Narcoossee's, but apparently you do as well.
Yeah, no, I really do. It's been a while since we've been, so I'm in the same boat as you. But
Probably have to add this to the list of things we
yeah,
need to.
we should. But the location alone, it's a lovely. It's got a bit of a casual atmosphere inside. Again, not too stuffy at all, but over just right on the water at the Grand. And so if your table is at the right place by the right window, you'll be looking toward the Magic Kingdom, and just really, really good, really good.
Have you been over there?
I haven't done Narcoossee's.
Yeah, I think we got
Write
to do
it
that.
down.
We got to do that one.
Okay.
All right, number 2, and I get why, but we just did a show about most overrated restaurants at Walt Disney World, and this one made the list for me. Ohana at the Polynesian. And I'm going to assume these people are talking about dinner, and not because that breakfast is awful. That breakfast, characters are great, but the food is terrible.
Yeah.
Dinner, I've had very good experiences there in terms of the food at dinner. But more and more people are talking about the food kind of going downhill. And we have been railing for a while about the service, being rushed through your meals, things like that. But even there, like every time somebody says, oh, I had dinner at Ohana, first words out of my mouth, where you rush through your meal. And it's about 50-50 of people saying, yeah, I was, or no, actually, it was really nice. And then when I say, how was the food? It's 50-50. Had a really good meal. Oh my God, it was awful. The steak was overcooked. There's something wrong with the shrimp, you know. So but I'm just reporting what the poll said.
It should not be that way. You are in the Polynesian Village Resort, for crying out loud.
I have to believe. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, I would. It needs to be consistent. It's just like Tony's, right? In the Magic Kingdom, you're taking up priceless real estate in the Magic Kingdom. Well, same thing here at the Polynesian. Let's get it to the point where it is consistently amazing, because there is something about, I don't know about you guys, but when I get to go have dinner at the Poly, I kind of feel just it's an occasion. It's an experience to get to, because you are walking into a classic, iconic Walt Disney World resort. You want your experience inside that resort in a dining location to be.
I think the
perfect.
problem stems from management arrogance and management apathy. I think they know they're going to do well. They want to turn tables over as quickly as possible to show profits.
Sure.
And the only thing that's going to change it is when people stop going. But
Sure.
You say it's number 2 on the monorail loop. So I'm just reporting what you said.
There you go.
Number 1, I'm going to agree with this wholeheartedly. No surprise here. California Grill. This was by a mile. This had double the votes of Ohana. And you know, I need to get back over there. It's been a while. But Cali Grill, you talk about quality, you talk about atmosphere, you talk about so many restaurants would take that view and do what Ohana kind of does, I guess. Or what some of these other restaurants do where the food's not quite so good. They're resting on their laurels. They don't do that. They really make sure it's a dining experience.
It is. If you've never been to a restaurant where they will pace your meal for you, and almost like coursing a meal for you, it is the most refreshing thing, especially when you are busy, you're having busy park days and you're sweaty and gross and all that jazz. Go back to the resort, get cleaned up, put on something you feel great in, and go to California Grill and just have, like you said, an experience. It's a special occasion restaurant. We realize that not every one of us are going to come down here on a vacation and throw this kind of money at a dining experience. But man, if you are able to do it, and especially when you can time it correctly with the fireworks at night, and you step out onto their outdoor patio location and you can just watch the fireworks.
Right.
It's stunning.
And yeah, this is like, the California Grill is amazing. But it's not a place where it's like, let's just go grab a quick bite to eat after Magic Kingdom. I would say
no. This is a thing.
You have to plan for this. It's going to be a longer experience. It's going to be a great experience, but it's something that you might want to get dressed up for. Something that you might want to plan out for. If you don't have a plan in advance and there's a reservation for California Grill available, and you're like, oh, let's grab a quick bite to eat. It's not just a quick bite to eat. The wave is.
Yes.
California Grill is an experience. It's something to plan for.
Some of you may be wondering why Citrico's is not on this top 5 list, because I certainly was.
Me too.
It actually tied for 6th with 1900 Park Fare. Now, look, I've talked about Citrico's, that the food is consistently fantastic. There's just something about the atmosphere. And I really can't quantify this. It just feels kind of bland. I go there. I eat there all the time, and I love it. I love the food, but it just doesn't excite me on some. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. And so seeing this in sixth place, I wonder if that's not pervasive.
Wow.
Because it's certainly not the food.
I
It's
love
certainly
it.
not the food.
Yeah, the food's really
That's
good.
my favorite filet on property, is at Citrico's.
It's a very good filet. That oak grilled
good.
filet is very, very good.
They have a great cheese board. The split pea soup is fantastic. My husband gets that. And just the presentation alone is beautiful.
Yeah, they always produce a great meal, and the service is phenomenal. I don't know why. I don't know why. But so there you have it. That's top 5 restaurants on the Monorail Loop as voted on by you, and that will do it for this week's episode of our show. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next week with another episode of the Disney Dining Show. Have a great week, folks.